It's a jam-packed edition of the Center of It All, so let's dive right in. Thanks for joining us this week on the Center of It All. You know, Inspiration Way is a great place to hang out around graduation, and Andrew Callista caught up with Michael Pilato to find out what new ideas he has for his pet project.
If you could do this, you could do anything. You know, so get out there, kick some ass. Maybe one day you'll be up on the wall.
Michael Pilato's mural, Inspiration, has been inspiring Penn Staters for 15 years. Located at the corner of Heister and College, the mural is about to get some stimulating company.
We are so happy, the Public Art Academy, which is my school, we just partnered with Nittany Valley Society and on the brick project. I've been working on this brick project now for the last year with another group called Inspiration Way. They were gracious enough to come in and raise money for the Joe Paterno part of the bricks, which you can see here on the ground. Next week, or in the next couple weeks, there's going to be a new section of more Joe bricks. The Joe bricks are going up to the corner up here. And there's a huge stone that was gotten 3 foot by 4 feet that says the house that Joe built with arrows pointing towards Beaver Stadium. The sidewalk is not a Joe Paterno sidewalk. It's all whoever wants to do it. There's going to be a veteran section, you know, just family names as well. It's going to go the whole way around the block.
Besides complementing the mural, those bricks will fund another section of the work, soon to be underway.
Murals coming off of this wall where people are going to be walking off this wall to other walls. For example, there'll be somebody walking to a wall about the dance marathon, a wall about Special Olympics, one about academics, one about athletics. And we were so lucky to have business owners bless us with those walls. And also we're using it to retouch this whole mural, which I've been doing all, you know, for the last 8 months. And also adding some new people like John Urschel and Jasmine Enriquez.
John and Jasmine define Penn State, as does everyone on the wall. A perfect match for the Nittany Valley Society, just 2 years old, dedicated to preserving the culture of the Nittany Valley.
It's become a truly distinctive landmark in a town and a place that's full of them. And when you look at what it represents, it really makes a strong statement that declares that this is a place that remembers its history and celebrates its heritage and, you know, takes a chance to step back and honor the people who have made it what it is.
When completed, this alleyway is sure to turn even more heads as it will be going global.
We're now on an initiative. We've been all over the world in the last 5 years, and all the murals, including this one, will stitch on the internet to make one huge mural called the World Mural. And it shows how we all love, how we have similar stories. I definitely did not know that was going to happen, and it's really just been an amazing thing to meet amazing people and to be uplifted. You know, when kids walk by the mural, the most important thing to me is that they realize that things happen right in their own communities.
According to the Chamber, the idea of a pedestrian mall in downtown State College has been floated around since 1920. What a better place it could happen than Inspiration Way. Oh, and by the way, there's a new painting of Coach Paterno. For the Center of It All, I'm Andrew Callista.
It's always great to catch a glimpse of that amazing mural. When we come back, we'll check out the Huntington Home Show and head to Boalsburg for some fresh produce. All that and more on the Center of It All. Welcome back to the Center of It All. You know, with the warm weather here, it's time for farmers markets to move outside. And Elise Burkowski was in Boalsburg for the kickoff of the outdoor market season.
Spring is in full swing here in Center County, and we're at the outdoor kickoff of the Boalsburg Farmers Market, a great place to pick up some local treats.
Great. I mean, this is such a beautiful day. we kind of lucked out on that. It's not always, because we do rain or shine, but this was a beautiful day. It's just great to be out, like coming out of hibernation.
The Farmers Market is a year-round event, but from May to November, it moves outside to the Pennsylvania Military Museum parking lot, allowing for visitors and vendors alike to enjoy the fresh air.
I like local food. I feel that the food is more nutritious when it's fresh. So instead of coming from the West Coast, this is all grown right here. So it's less travel time. They're picked probably this morning, most things, so that's why I like to come here.
Vendors carry a wide variety of products ranging from fresh veggies to bison burgers, guaranteeing that you'll find something you love.
Fresh, that's kind of the best thing, fresh. There's just so much variety of things maybe they've never tried before. But if they came and looked to see what there was, you know, they could branch out a little bit. It's so healthy, it's good for you.
In today's fast-paced world, it's nice to enjoy products made close to home and even have a chance to talk to the farmers that make it possible.
I really like coming here because it's just a nice ambiance. The park is really nice and it's like a fun atmosphere. It's kind of quiet right now, but as the year progresses, it gets really busy and it's a lot of fun to be here just to see what everyone's selling and what everyone's doing.
Vendors like Janet Robinson from Piper's Peppers, located right in Bellefonte, come together to share their products with the community.
I've been in business for 16 years. This is starting my 16th year. I grow all my own hot peppers and tomatoes and regular peppers that go into my salsas. And then I just make it into salsas, hot pepper jellies. I do some fruit jams and jellies as well.
And there's a reason Piper's Peppers salsa is so good.
The best. It's really good because it's all natural ingredients. It's right out of my backyard into my kitchen, so it's fresh as you can have it. I don't add any preservatives, artificial ingredients at all. The recipe is just a really nice, good recipe, and I make different varieties, different heat levels for different people that like different heat levels.
Residents of Center County have the chance to enjoy foods that are grown by local farmers while helping the local economy and guaranteeing high-quality products.
Well, it's great because everybody's getting on that bandwagon, local. Everybody's getting the idea why it's so good for them and why they should buy local. So here we are providing just about this market has a huge variety of things. So just about everything you need or any meal you want and other types of things as well, we've got it.
It's easy to see why the market's a hit and why people come back week after week.
We have a great camaraderie, all the people in this market. We just have a really good working relationship, and it's a great market. And yes, and there's repeat customers all the time, and I just love the people that come too. So
You can visit the Boalsburg Farmers Market every Tuesday from 2 to 6 p.m. right here at the Pennsylvania Military Museum. For the center of it all, I'm Elise Smirkowski.
I've had that hot sauce, and trust me, it is good. And it's time to rev up for a good cause, as one local group uses their passion to help a friend.
Common bonds are what defines a friendship. One large group of friends in central PA is the Mid-State Mopars, and they came together to help a friend in need.
It's really awesome all these people come out to support my wife to help pay for the cost of the medical expenses that we're doing for her, and we're really grateful for that.
Paul Rodland's wife, Justine, suffers from ALS, and the Mopars wanted to help. Obviously, to them, a car show was the answer.
Last fall I was talking to Tom and Bill Peacock, and I said about my wife was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, and that most of the treatments we were doing for her was not paid for by insurance. And I talked to Tom about possibly doing a car show to help benefit, to help offset the cost of the treatments that we were doing for her. And he said we'd try to do one here in the spring for her.
Even the cold, rainy day didn't keep the Mopar members from flexing their muscles in the fight against ALS. And for the Rodlands, they couldn't be more grateful.
Them coming together to help with this car show and stuff is really a blessing for us. We've had a lot of community support between our church and these guys here at Mid-State Mopar Club. So, I mean, that's been great for us.
For the center of it all, I'm Andrew Callista.
Way to go, guys. People helping people, you gotta love it. Shifting gears here, our Andrew Callista loves golf, so he's about any story that gets him out on the golf course. And here he is with some tips to help lower your score.
We all want to score better on the course. The best way to do that, solid play around the green. So I'm up here at Skytop Mountain Golf Club just outside of State College to get some quick tips on how we can all lower our handicap.
Developing skills and a comfort level on the course is the key. Clinics are a great tool in the game of golf, and early season instruction is a great time to hone your skills.
The best time to come out at the beginning of the season. It's sometimes difficult to give a lesson to somebody that has developed some bad habits or habits that they want to change, and you are then trying to correct those. Sometimes it's better to get off on the right step, so to speak, and try to get out and get comfortable and get a good swing plane, get a good balance, get a good visualization of what you want to do.
Golfers spend more money on drivers than any other club, but anyone knows you drive for show, putt for the dough.
Statistically, it's almost half the game. and it's the way that we make up for all of our mistakes and take advantage of all of our successes.
That much action requires some serious knowledge of the intricacies that could happen in what I like to call the green zone.
When someone comes out for the first time, that they are comfortable in all aspects of the putting. The ability to look at the angle, look at the line, try to read the green, try to understand the movement of the putter, the completion of the swing, get comfortable over the ball, try to get centered and balanced, trying to get a very rhythmic swing plan. People will get comfortable with that 3 to 4 foot putt, but then they panic when they get a 6 foot, 8 foot lag putt, something like that. Or they panic when they get a ball in the collar or in the rough outside of the green. So we try to give them those different situations and try to give them solutions to, or options when they get into this position.
Drills are important once you decide what type of grip and style you are going to have to perfect your swing, from takeaway to the follow-through. Once you're comfortable with your swing, the confidence flows out.
If you can get in and out and one putt half the holes on the course and get on to the next hole, that's a huge confidence builder. It gives you sort of a relaxed feeling when you approach the next tee, and it gives you a relaxed feeling when you approach the next green. If you come off the green where you one putt, you're approaching the next green on the next hole, and you're thinking to yourself, I just one putted the last green, I know I can one putt this green.
Range work is great, but on the course, a perfect lie is tough to find.
Resist the temptation, and it's a temptation that's wired in us, whether we realize it or not, to fluff the ball up into a good lie. You actually want to give yourself, there's a time to do that, but there's also a time to just drop some golf balls, and whatever you get, you deal with. Because one of the most important things you can learn is understand, as you see the lie of the ball in the turf, it basically determines, it's giving you permission to play certain shots and not permission to play other shots. And you want to be sure that you're trying to play a shot that can actually work in those conditions. So practicing from a variety of lies, and especially in your practice, giving yourself permission to try new things and make mistakes.
You got all that? Remember, play it forward, and while we're young. For the center of it all, I'm Andrew Callista.
If you've seen Andrew's short game, you certainly know he's taken those tips to heart. When we come back, class is in session in Mel's kitchen. We all know that Mel can cook, but how is she as a professor? Let's find out as a bridal party stops by for a cooking class.
Today, Kitchen Encounters is doing something a little different. I'm teaching a cooking class, but not just any cooking class. This group of Happy Valley foodies have been my friends for a number of years now, and they're not coming here to learn how to chop an onion or boil water. They're coming here to learn how to make a very special dish. We're making bolognese lasagna and serving it with a grilled chicken Caesar salad along with some luscious bacon-wrapped Dijon shrimp. Let's get started.
And so it begins.
When you assemble, you want your sauce to be warm. So we're going to assemble this, layer your lasagnas. You're going to put them in the refrigerator overnight. It's a must, because that's going to begin to soften those noodles. Then you're going to take it out and bring it back to room temperature and bake it like I did, or you're going to freeze it. I'm not fast, okay? I'm better, I like to be a clean cook rather than a fast cook. And I make my first layers really skinny. You don't have to do, all this is going to do is keep anything from burning to the bottom of your pan, which it shouldn't do anyway if you cook it right. Ready for our first layer of noodles.
Slightly.
They have to overlap a little. And if you get, excuse me, space in between, that's not an issue. Even if one breaks, just put the broken piece in. These are going to expand as they cook. I mean, you're going to get a full covering going on here.
I like the idea of not boiling them.
Next trick, I don't grate my cheese. I, make really good friends with the lady at the deli counter. And I tell her I want provolone and mozzarella. You don't have to use the third cheese if you don't want, but I like it because it adds a little bit of a tang, and it's called Cooper CV. It's just a little bit of a, I'll give you all taste. It's not a sharp cheddar. It's just a little bit more of a tangier version of American cheese, and it melts really creamy in the center. And you'll need about 1.5 pounds of each one to make these lasagnas. I've got 2 pounds here. And I kind of break it, you know, you'll see how I do it, to fit the bottom of the pan. And we're going to get 2 layers of noodles and 2 layers of this cheese. Now we put our sauce, which is still warm, a layer of sauce on top of these 2. And now we're gonna be a little more generous with our sauce. But if you really think you can't divvy it up equally between 2, just take the sauce out of the pot and put it in 2 containers and make it, you know, do the math before you start. Yes, I'm putting about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of finely grated Parmigiano Reggiano, not the stuff with the green lid on the can, people, the real deal. And the babysitter grated all the cheese for me last night.
Oh, Joe.
Now we're going to just do this all over again, just when you thought it couldn't get any more boring.
I don't cook very well, so being in this class, she made me feel like I want to run home and cook.
Okay, this is the end of the cheeses, and we've got 2 layers of lasagna noodles in here, 2 layers of cheeses, and we're going to end up with a 3rd layer, a very generous layer of bolognese. Parmesan cheese and rosemary leaves, a sprinkling of that at the end. And no matter what you do here, use it up. I told you it was all going to fit, and it's gonna fit. I'm putting rosemary on top of this, just enough of dried leaves to make it look pretty and just give it a hint of rosemary. Remember, when the sauce is cooked with the tomatoes and the cream, a few sprigs of fresh rosemary are going to be placed on the top, the lid's going to go on, and it's going to simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes until the rosemary loses its green color. So the sauce is just getting that, I call it kissed with the flavor of rosemary, and I hope you got a hint of that when you tasted the sauce.
It was good, because now I might be able to cook for my future husband.
I do this every week. It's 2 6-pound chickens on a rack in a pan, stuffed with each stuffed with half an apple, half an onion, 350 degrees, 2 hours. That's it. Don't do anything else to it. Not covered, nothing. And now people can pull chicken apart. I'm just gonna kind of slice this on the bias a little bit, just so it gets nice and chunky. Because we all want nice sized bites of chicken in our salad, or at least I do. If somebody wants it some other way, let me know. I'm just gonna put down through this. There's a couple of big pieces in there. And what I'm gonna do, what I like to do, see, now that's just a little bit too fatty for me. I don't want that in my salad. I don't want it in your salad. That's a little bit big. I need to put these pan. I say we go for both chicken breasts. What do you think?
Yes. Okay.
And all I'm going to do is cut them into wedges. I'm just going to set them on their tops and just 4 to 6 wedges. And I'm going to put them in there with the chicken. And the reason I'm doing this is, and I'm going to lightly dress my salad, and I'm going to have these ingredients in there. And the reason I'm doing it that way is when I toss the salad, these things aren't going to get tossed twice, and they're not going to be overdressed. The dressed greens are going to be tossed with the undressed ingredient, and then we'll have a little bit of extra dressing to serve to the side if you want more dressing. I'm going to start with just a little bit, maybe ½ cup. We just really don't want too much dressing in this salad. Add some. I know.
This was like really unique. What a wonderful way to have a bridal shower. I don't think Jennifer can ever say anyone else had a bridal shower like she did.
Now comes the messy part, but I'm going to work nice and slow. As I was taught, you start with little bits when you're tossing the salad. You don't try to, don't want to damage the goods. I'm going to take the time to add, maybe half of this. I'm going to toss about half in, and I'm going to toss the rest. This is actually a peppercorn blend with green, black, white, and pink peppercorns in it. Here comes the bride. Kitchen Encounters has had a really fun time. Bon appetit.
Well, it looks like everyone passed with flying colors and avoided the dunce cap. Don't go away. When we return, it's time to check out the latest in home building products. Looking to build that new home or just cross some things off the honey-do list? We headed to the Huntington Home Show to find out the latest in home products.
Building a home is one of the most daunting tasks we come across in our lives. A home shows our personality, characteristics, and is our sanctuary. It's important to do your homework. Shows like the Huntington County Home Show are great places to acquire information.
Come and see all the new products that are available and learn, because knowledge on the building industry is changing with technology. So by coming out, you can get a better product for your house and become more aware of things to go into the house.
Local home builder Stanley Wenzel knows the values of these shows to build his brand towards customers and meet other contractors.
It gives us as contractors an opportunity to come and meet with the general public. It's an advertisement for us. We get to go out and meet. Hopefully you have people coming in at this time to look about if they're going to build a house or do remodeling. That's why we're here. And it's just a good time to get out and meet people and answer questions.
Specialized vendors fill the hall with all of their new products, from landscapers to cabinets and foundations to solar power. All of it comes together by the work of the Chamber of Commerce.
Well, this is a great opportunity for the vendors to be able to showcase what they have to offer to the general public. The general public can come in for a minimum charge, and they can visit several exhibitors at the same time, saving them time from going around to the different businesses within the community and discussing their needs with them. And it's also a great opportunity for the community to come in and support the local business economy.
Sustaining jobs is a must to survive. As we saw in 2007, the housing market has a great effect on an economy, and Yvonne knows it.
As a Chamber of Commerce, we like to promote our members, and our builder members are a big part of our community. We promote buying local a lot. We want people to spend their money in Huntington County because it comes back around, and the money they spend in Huntington County is actually recycled in the county through the businesses that they purchase through and respend in Huntington County, creating a lot of jobs.
On the job in Huntington, Andrew Callista for the Center of It All.
Well, this puts a lid on this edition of the Center of It All. But don't forget to check us out on social media. Have a great day, everyone.